Alrighty then, here we are, back with more ES, Everlasting Summer. My name is Cynistic, and we are back here in this map. Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Kami Jesus for telling me that we can't get the Miku path until we complete another path, so thank you, and I'll try to actively avoid my idol, even though I love her to bits. Alright, okay, so I think what we want to go is to the bus stop, right? Because we have to go outside, because I don't know if we want to hit on girls or try and find a way out of here. I mean, both seem equally important, but here, let's go to the bus stop. The events of the past keep flashing brightly in my head. That damn useless checklist, the stupid tournament. Right now I do not want to do a single thing and talk to anyone. I don't even want to start thinking about my current situation. Came to the square and took a seat on the bench while staring at the Genda statue. ... Alright. Do not know how long I've been saying like this, but the crickets chirping brought me back to reality. I got up and blindly walked in a random direction. I was hoping to go back to the bus to see if we can go out of town or something. Somehow, second day in a row, I find myself in this place. Maybe subconsciously, I feel like the bus will be waiting for me to take back to the real world. Well, no. Didn't she say? Didn't Slavya say that there was like a phone like a mile down or something? Very unlikely. On the other hand, why not? Got dark already. I was just standing there and gazing at the night sky. Astronomy has never attracted me so much to astronauts. It had always been more interesting to look at pictures of the far constellations, nebula, and galaxies made by artists and try to figure out how to measure angular velocities in the masses of stars. But certainly I would be able to find the Great Bear constellation. I wonder what that is. But if I get lost in the snow forest, the only way to find out would be the little knowledge about moss growing on the north side of a tree. However, I do not think it would help me get out still. I was about to go back to camp when all of a sudden I caught a noise at the gates. Who is it again? Near the clubhouse, it seemed like somebody was walking down the path to the forest. It was so dark I couldn't see nothing but blurred shadow. I was wondering who was out so late at night. Pioneer breaching the discipline? Tisk tisk. I am followed by a mysterious shadow, but still... Oh, I followed a mysterious shadow rapidly, but still carefully. Huh. So someone's going out into the forest at night. That's a little bit weird. Wonder who it is. I hope it's Genya or Lena. I was moving from path to path, and after a while I found myself in the depths of the forest, finally losing sight of the stranger. Maybe I should turn back. Trees parted before me, the magnificent view over the small forest lake struck my eyes. Whoa! Slavya! What you doing out here? She was jumping and fluttering, uttering the neckerchief, and stretched her shirt up in the air. The whole scene seemed more fantastic than my own presence in this camp. Huh. It's a little bit weird. Slavya looked like a spirit of the forest, perhaps a nymph. I would imagine. She looked so natural, maybe like an ancient goddess than a human being. I remembered all the theological theories which I read some time ago. That reminded me of the pantheism, the idea that God is in all that is, everything that we see around. Do you think, is God issuing the scene right now? What if it were not the aliens or the time warps, but the divine providence that brought me here? Indeed, Slavya mentioned that she loves nature. Do people that love nature go around and dance in it? I mean, I guess it's not that far-fetched. So it turns out that even she is an enigma. Is she? But then all the remaining clothes slipped away to the ground and... Oh! Whoa! Slavya went to the water. Huh. I almost wanted... Man, you are being so anime right now. Naked. I feel like this is like one of those movie scenes where a pretty girl is dancing around in the water. Like, that one part in that filler episode of Naruto where Hinata was doing it and Naruto's like, oh, I feel like I'm Naruto right now. I was ashamed, but I couldn't take my eyes off. Silvery moonlight reflected off her wet skin, making Slavya look like a Greek statue. Phineas de Milo, maybe. The scene was so fabulous that there was no room for carnal lust, only sublime admiration of true beauty. I do have to admit, I don't feel sexually aroused right now. I just think it looks really pretty. The angle's really nice too. I was simply enjoying Slavya with her tender admiration, forgetting everything else existed. Maybe this isn't hell but heaven? Oh man. Such a scene, we can't pass this up with comparison to hell and heaven. branch ruefully stopped under my foot. Slavya turned around, but there was no way to recognize me in the darkness of the night. At least so it seemed. She rapidly came out of the lane, put her clothes on, hurried to go out the forest. Darn it! Are we still following her? Okay. I quietly went after her. Slavya was quietly trailing amongst the trees, choosing the easiest paths and gracefully avoiding sheared trees, pits, and snags. It was a hard job to keep a pace with her. Moreover, I didn't want to be caught. First of all, peeping is no good, and secondly, in the fact that she still remains to be seen what she was doing here. Although it somehow seemed to be innocent enough, it seemingly had anything to do with anything with the presence in this world. Well, I mean, a girl dancing in the forest during summer camp. I don't know. Is that odd? Perhaps. It was just innocent. There was nothing worth peeping. But didn't we think it was so pretty? Like, I want to see Slavya dance more. At last we got out of the square. Slavya stopped running and turned around to me. Don't you think I've noticed you? No, I thought we were just playing Slender and now it's Slender Man. I was a bit confused, but I put on my mask of visible calmness. How long ago? I'm not sure. Slavya came closer. 5 minutes ago, maybe. So even there at the lake? Which lake are you talking about? Well, Slavya seemed to be sincerely surprised, so I couldn't figure it out whether she was pretending that nothing has happened or... Well, never mind. I made up my mind to behave like a gentleman. As gentle as it possible in these circumstances and said nothing. Yeah, I don't really want to go tell a girl and say, hey, I saw you naked in the lake over there. It was really great. You were so pretty. Alright. Oh. Unexpectedly, easily, she agreed. What a beautiful night. Slavya took a seat on the bench and looked up at the sky. I guess such nights are frequent here. Well, probably. Why certain? I don't know, I just get deep in thoughts. Huh. Deep as the water? Thinking about what? She stared at me like she was looking for something on my face, but then got back to stargazing. Now and then I fall into such a mood at night. During the day I'm wrapped up into work and with no time to relax, while at night it's so quiet here. Well, I feel like quiet nights are the best nights, so I do agree with you on that. If it had not been for the crickets and the night birds, one would feel like being face to face with the universe. I guess if you're in that kind of mood. For some reason I didn't consider Slavya as someone who will talk about such manners. As for me, it's even too quiet here. Well, it's not like someone's gonna jump up and kill us at night, but quiet nights are nice. She got mad! Is it? Yes, really, anything wrong with that? I mean, I'm pretty sure her eyebrows just went down, so... Well... Alright. Wait, what? You didn't answer my question. She stood up partially and fixed the skirt. It's time to go to bed. Good night. I watched her walk away. Our talking might have been about nothing, but it seemed to me it had some deep and secret meaning which could only appear here, only next to Slavya. Seems like even in my situation, such moments of peace and serenity are absolutely necessary. They make me feel united with this universe. Oh man, are we conforming to Slavya's thoughts as well? I'd even say vital, especially now. Huh, that was a nice little moment that we had. I'm not sure how much time I spent sitting there, but after a while, I started to feel sleepy. Wait, don't we have like a cabin? Oh yeah, we do. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga Dimitrieva must have been sleeping already. Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday. Hey, at least she didn't lock her cabin. I ventured the cabin, quietly stripped and laid on the bed. When you think about it, my situation hasn't gotten any clearer today. No, it hasn't. I was hoping to get something if we left town, or left the camp. In fact, I spent the whole day doing useless stuff. I would even never thought of doing something like this in the real world. Well, then, yeah, okay, won't say anything about that. Although I had plenty of time. Well, once you have so much time, you just don't know what to do with it, so it's all gone. How much time would I have here in total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity. Maybe there are a few minutes left only. I still want to find our way back though. I want to know what's up. I didn't want to think about the past and how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long time, while I felt really tired, not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired, psychologically tired, and God knows how else tired. I just want everything to bugger off, starting with my own thoughts. Ooh, yeah. Especially if something's like really, really bad, it just eats away at you. I want this mess to somehow resolve by itself. We hope for things like that. We hope for something to fix our problems, but Semyon, you know that's not gonna happen. We have to be active about this. Or at least without my active participation. And I just said we have to be active about this. Oh man, we gotta shape up. We gotta shape up. And what if I'm stuck here forever? Then I'll have to get used to it. Well, might as well just try. Keep trying. So just like that, I'm not ready. Ahem. My conscience slowly flew away from me, and it progressively became harder to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. Well, yeah, get some rest right now, and certainly we'll find something about how we can get out of here. I'm sure. Ooh, day 3. The night left a feeling of anxiety behind. I woke up being exhausted, both physically and mentally. Happens to me all the time. You see an incredible lucid image in your dream, as you fall into the Hollywood blockbuster with plot full of twists, well-paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects. Then you wake up in the morning without remembering a thing. That's the beauty of the dreams, though, isn't it? It's like you get to experience such a rush, or thrill, or ride, or something that's unimaginable. And then it just garners like a new feeling, you know? That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain. But this memory was empty, either archived or formatted at all. It's 7 a.m. according to the clock. I seem to be an early bird today. Huh. That's good. Olga Dimitrova is still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket. Wrapping so tightly in the hot summer? Well, it gets pretty cold at night though, so I like to imagine that Olga right now looks like a cinnamon roll, and she's like super wrapped in her bed. I got up, stretched, came to the mirror to have a good look at myself. I better shave. Do we have any shaving items? Strange idea. Before 2 months this month, or oh my gosh, sorry guys, before 2 times a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway. Why do I even need it if I look like I'm 17 at most? I don't know. I mean, do 17-year-old males shave? Yes, they do. But I guess it depends on how much hair you have. So breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m. and this means I still have plenty of time. Which means I can spend time walking and washing, for example. Oh gosh. I just love the picture of that sink. Oh, the water is so good! Oh, okay. The tooth powder didn't seem to be an outdated thing. A quick thought has struck me that it's not different from toothpaste. But still, how does that work? Okay, I have to go look that up later. Tooth powder, because is tooth powder is it like toothpaste? Or is it like powder that's like minty flavored? I don't know. When I returned to the cabin, Olga Dimitrova was already up. She was standing in front of me, of the mirror, and fixing her hair. Good morning, Semyon. Morning. Lovely day, isn't it? Lovely day to go find the truth? Because of my lack of sleep, my head was still singing. My thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of the usual sleeping 2 or 3 hours more. How come you got up so early? It just happened. And no neckerchief once again. Let me... I'll do it myself. Not a big deal. On my way to the canteen. I don't think so. Do it now! Okay, Olga. Okay, Olga. Did you forget about the lineup before the breakfast? What lineup? How could I ever forget? I forgot. What's the lineup gonna be about today? We'll discuss the agenda for today. So what's the agenda? Frankly speaking, I didn't care what might be on the agenda. For our courageous pioneer troop, I was mostly interested in where our brave leader our little pioneer will be following 12 to 15 hours. Maybe I'll manage to avoid enemy dislocations. What? Oh, oops. Let's find out about that lineup. Oh, new facial expression. She gave me a willy smile. What is a willy smile? Okay. Olga Dimitrina, you know, my stomach is upset. I'd rather, you know, I believe it's okay for me to miss the lineup. I would get all nasty if I failed to control it right here. Where did all this courage come from? Was that a scary question? Well, I guess so, because she is the leader. You have 5 more minutes! I'm afraid I need more time. Could you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try, but in case it all goes down. Oh, fine! On our list for today is cleaning up the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, and some other minor tasks. And of course, we'll have a dance party in the evening. Wow, I was about to say, these are just so great events for a summer pioneer camp. But I mean, a dance party sounds cool. Perhaps I get a dance with one of these lovely ladies. Okay. Watch yourself! You must take part in the camp activities today. You bet! Of course I will. Definitely. And now I'd rather... Come on! Hit the road! I'm going! Gosh! I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes and waited for Olga Dimitrina to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way. But the voice within me kept telling me I have nothing to do with the lineup. Well, yeah. The lineup seems pretty boring. After the camp leader left, I went back in the cabin and decided to wait for the breakfast there. What? Oh. Well, I'm not planning to take part in the community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not someone in my situation should be doing. Yes, Simeon, we have to go and find out how we can leave this place. 2 days have passed and I'm still here where I started. Well, at least we know the camp a little bit. All the tenants seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no ideas about time warps. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but these peculiarities do not seem to step out of line at all. I mean, it is pretty normal for anime standards. Moreover, having met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural, let's say, my very self. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Well, that's the thing, we need to go find out. Like, what's the last clue that we had? Was that Slavya said we need to go out of town and find the phone. So, we should probably do that. Ordinary people in a non-ordinary place. I've heard and seen them already, somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand the world around them, and it is not what it looks like. Okay, but this is their very point of view. As for me, I am not acquainted with both of the world of the Sovigno camp and its tenants, even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the same circumstances. I have to decide here and now, are these people involved in what's happening to me? Can they give me any answers? I don't know. I feel like they can't, because I feel like we're just a fish out of water in a different place. Like, I don't know if any of them have magical powers or anything, but I really do think we need to just find out or get a lead from Slavya or something. Or use that lead Slavya said, the thing I've been saying over for like the last 3 minutes. Or even inside the canteen. Probably most of them had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. 2 is a company, 3 is a crowd. Sounds like a studying group motto. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking up her fork with an amorphic lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Ew. Like, ew. Ew. Hopefully there aren't bugs in her dish meals like mine. Having a breakfast with her... Wait, having a breakfast with her? I think having breakfast with her seems like a very good idea. We can have a chat in peace. Or at least try to have one. Will she give me any answers? I was on the way to her table when then somebody grabbed me from behind, or grabbed me by the sleeve. Who is it? Oh, Zhenya. Whoa. What can I do for you, my lady?